Hi there folks, Money Rider Boys back for this year's Cheltenham preview, Cheltenham time lads. No Neil this time unfortunately, we're busy with other things, but we are joined by MR's newest member, Mark there. So Mark will obviously be chiming in not in replace of Neil, but just just because he's joined the team, so why not? So yeah, obviously lots to cover again as always. We won't do every single race like we normally do because there's just far too many to really cover, but we sort of cherry pick the biggest one, lads. And you know, we'll give you our choices. Obviously, as always, not tips, just our selections that we like. And obviously, we still have a few weeks to go, so things can change.
Yes.
So there's a bit of racing to talk about today, but we'll come back to that later.
Yeah, we'll pinpoint that.
So we're going to film basically two parts. The first part will cover the Supreme, the Arkle, the Champion Hurdle, the RSA, and the Queen Mother. And then the second part, we'll be back, you know, maybe a week later or something like that, and we'll give you some selections for the cross country, Champion Bumper, the Stayers Hurdle, the Triumph, and finally the big one, the Gold Cup. We'll also be joined by Jamie Brownlow again. He'll give his selections. So we'll pause throughout the video and find out what Jamie thinks. So let's get cracking then, lads. So we'll start with the Supreme. Obviously won by Klassical Dream, really impressively in front of us the other year. My first Cheltenham live just was awesome. Can't wait to go again. We'll be going.
We had to wait for the Raw though a couple of times.
Oh God,
they were funny that day.
That's one thing I'm looking forward to.
Well, you might have to wait a couple of times if there's anything that nice.
But obviously well looking forward to it. So anyway, I'm going to kick us off then.
Okay.
I'm going to levy up Abracadabras. Gordon Elliott has won 4 from 8. Bumped into Ben by Allen a couple of times, which is a bit unfortunate. But seems to have found his way since sort of late 2019. So that's basically my selection for the first one.
Like you say, it doesn't look like he'll bump into Envoy anytime soon.
No.
Anyway, from what we hear, Envoy is going.
Yes.
Ballymore.
Yeah, exactly. So this time, good things could come in his favour.
If that's the only horse that he's lost to, it speaks volumes, doesn't it, going into that?
Obviously, my namesake Glyn might also have an entry in it. So I'll have to give him a little speak just purely based on that.
Massive price.
Owners group, same as us. I wanted to get shares in, but unfortunately I had to wait to pay them. The shares were gone, so that was a bit annoying. But maybe if they come up, I might be able to steal my way in there. So anyway, on the subject of Elliott's runner, obviously the favourite does appear to be Shishkin, who won convincingly again the other day, which leads us nicely onto you.
Yeah, I mean, other than the 4 at Newbury a while back, it's a horse that hasn't really put foot wrong. To go into 4-1 favourite for the Supreme, which it's the Supreme Novice, they're still a bit on a learning curve. He's got into 4-1 favourite off the back of the win in the week. Again, there wasn't much behind it. It's one of those, you have to beat what's in front of you. I feel there's a lot of horses.
Beat what's there.
It's the same as in footballs, whatever. It doesn't matter how you approach a race, you have to beat what's in front of you. Again, impressive turn of foot, very economical over the hurdles, very quick. 4-1 was shorter than I would have liked, but he was always going to go for favourite. And round and trip, I don't see being any issue to that horse, to be honest with you. So I'm pretty confident. I'd imagine he'll go a bit shorter, again with Envoy Allen going more. So I'd imagine she's going to go for a bit shorter, but for me, I'm reasonably confident on that choice.
Fair enough. No worries. Mark, who are you going to go for then, mate?
Yeah, well, I've gone for a different one. I've gone for a steer and throw long, I believe that's how you pronounce it.
Yeah, it's the money.
Current price at 6-1. Bolted up last time at Leopardstown. Unbeaten over hurdles so far this season, and mind you, Willie Mullins, who's had a little bit of a disastrous last couple of days, with a few top horses dropping out, i.e. Dieux, etc. But he's also got a good success rate in this race last year. Classical Dream, which is also another horse which is currently been pulled out this year. It is one race that I found very hard to pick a choice, especially an opener at Cheltenham. But as Sean reiterated about Shishkin, they made a good performance yesterday. The floor and the grounds, and I don't think it will have any problems with it at all. So that's my choice.
I'd say Mullins does a fantastic strike rate. Some of the horses that come on from the Supremes.
Well, funny enough, I was having a conversation just yesterday, the day before, on the Owners Group Facebook page, and one of the Owners Group owners maybe he's slightly rose-tinted glasses, possibly,
Yeah.
was under the impression that they don't think Mullins is going to have a good Cheltenham. Now, I've got to be honest, I completely disagree with that. I think Mullins might not have the most stellar cast he's ever had over the years, but I think he's got some very useful sorts, which, if you really know racing, you'll probably know about. But I think there's a lot of, he's got quite a few runners with the likes of, you just mentioned there, and, you know, Panic Attack and things like that. I think he's got a few that are going to be sort of a little bit under the radar, somewhat, not like unknowns, but just, yeah.
I mean,
you know.
he still has the likes of Cameron,
Yeah.
for him, Shishkin plus one.
Yeah.
Okay, we're used to going into a Mullins lead up Cheltenham Festival, and you look at some of the names who you'd have Min at the height, Duvan, Latour, Fahine, Annie Pat.
Yeah.
I mean, this was at a time when his horses were flourishing, and they were just one after the other. All right.
As I say, I just
Not
think,
strongest time, but he'll still do well.
Yeah,
So
I think he will. I just think that, like, say, some of his horses might not be what you call like Hollywood A-list. If you know what I mean? It's, you know, not that household name necessarily if you don't know a lot about racing kind of thing. So. Right, so that's our openers. Let's have a quick look at what Jamie thinks then, guys.
Hi, this is my selections for Cheltenham 2020, and the first one is in the Supreme, and this horse is called Fiddlerontheroof. He took me eye running at Sandown twice. He jumps really well. He goes up from the, he runs up with pace. He can lead. He can go from behind as well, like he did in the last race he won at Sandown. And also, I think where he's got good ground, I think that will suit him as well at Cheltenham. And also with good to soft, he will run on any type of ground. Hopefully, Robbie Power will be riding on him. I think he's got a strong chance. I've took a price with Sky Bet at 10 to 1. I've done it each way with no runaway bet. I think he's got a good chance. He will do for me for the Supreme, and I hope he will do well on that race.
Right, so Jamie's gone with Fiddlerontheroof, which is one that I think a couple of the lads have backed recently, haven't they?
It was a fancy of mine. I had his last two victories, both over soft and heavy ground at Ascot and at Sandown. But very impressive at Ascot last time. And also going in at a good price of 6 to 1 there.
Yeah,
so
it's not exactly a bad one, is it?
It is a very it's a very tough opener.
Quite short price for sure.
Yeah.
It is, yeah, because he likes to.
He does like his high odds horses.
Generally, as a rule. But okay, so that's Jamie's choice in the Supreme Novices. We'll move on then swiftly, lads. Next one's tackle is the Arkle. Obviously a well-known race again, you know, like they all are, aren't they? So, but Sean, do you want to open us up on this one?
Yeah, I believe we've gone for the same as most of us here.
Yeah,
Fakir
like
D'oudairies. Again, ran behind Classical Dream last year in the Supreme, but then again so did everybody.
Yeah.
Didn't have a bad round of jumping, to be honest with you. Obviously decided to go over the larger obstacles this time round, which it seems like he keeps. It's the same with Abracadabra. He keeps running into him by Alan. It looks like Fakir D'oudairies keeps running into Notebook.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
Who is a fantastic horse. Again,
they ran into each other at the end of December.
And it looks like they'll do the same again coming into the Arkle. It looks like the Arkle was probably going to go to Ireland.
Yeah.
The problem is Fakir D'oudairies has not done anything wrong. I just think he keeps getting beat by a better horse. Joseph O'Brien is still very confident going into the festival that he can turn that around. I can't see why not.
Well, you can't split their stats.
No, I mean,
you can't. It's 4 for 4.
Exactly.
You can't.
It's tough going on both.
Yeah.
And like I say, Notebook's a fantastic horse, and you can't argue his favouritism for the race.
Yeah.
What I can argue is that form will be turned around.
Yeah.
If I'm honest. Like I say, he jumps down the, especially up the hill, and the course itself is different to where they're both from.
Yeah.
Like Leopard's Town and things like that. So, I think Fakir D'oudairies.
Okay, well, I'll just reiterate that that's my choice as well.
Yeah.
Fakir D'oudairies. Or D'oudairies, sorry. Just to really touch on what Sean just said there, for me, I think it's course form that's dictating this one for me.
Yeah.
I think he'll do it this time round. And as Sean said, you can't really split the two of them.
No.
On that day, obviously, we had Fakir was taking on Marina,
Yes.
and Twitter we were all over either of those two.
Yes.
And no but one.
Yeah.
But as I say, that day Twitter was all over it.
Yes.
Lorena pulled up that day.
Yeah.
I remember.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm in agreement with Sean on this one. But Mark, you're gonna add some spice to the argument. So
I don't think many people would have my selection by the sounds of this one, but I've gone for Itchy Feet.
Yeah.
Which is current price at 16s. Me and Sean was at Sandown last week. Very impressive win for me, especially in the testing conditions there, especially up the Sandown Hill. And for me, that just proves to me that stamina wouldn't be a problem. Fakir D'oudairies, I believe. I'm not sure there's going to be plenty of other pronunciations.
Yeah.
My heart would say to me that it would go to Fakir D'oudairies, but I like to spice things up a little bit. I like to chuck a little Jamie Brownlow each way. Side up.
Well, Itchy Feet ran a fantastic race. Obviously, we were there Sandown last week. Again, the arena probably still running. But went off favourite, hot favourite. But there was a lot ahead of the market to Itchy Feet. Late money come for it, and that late money proved very, very true. Never seemed in trouble. Even coming over the last when he was just 2 lengths behind, putting a fantastic lead. First one going away. Okay, it's not the same stature of hill, Sandown and Cheltenham.
Yeah.
But showed enough. But showed enough to be able. But showed enough to be able to stay on. So I don't argue that.
Okay, fair enough. So let's just find out what Jamie's gone for.
My second selection is in the Arkle, called Fakir D'oudairies. Watching him jumping the fences in Ireland, I was really impressed in his beginning to chase. I think it was a Fairy House, and he beat Melon quite well. He's got bags of ability. He's got plenty of scope as well, jumping the Cheltenham fences. I think the Cheltenham Hill will suit him. He can put an odd novice mistake, but he's got plenty of talent. I've backed him each way at 9-2 with Sky Bet. I think he's got a very good chance of winning the Arkle this year, and also coming to think of it, with Irish runners, I do believe that the Irish have got the stronger hand through some of the big races this year. So I reckon that Joseph O'Brien will get a very good win in the Arkle at Cheltenham in March.
So Jamie's agreed with us then, Sean?
Yeah, almost for that.
I had a feeling that.
Yeah, as you say, not much we can say really.
No, not on that one.
Not really. Okay then, Champion Hurdle. Let's start with you then this time, Mark. Go on.
Right, okay, I'm getting straight out there. I've gone for Pentland Hills.
Okay.
Very strong and impressive horse, I think, and there has been some raised eyebrows. I was very impressed by its last run, but there's question marks with Nico de Boinville's on how he pulled up Nico Pentland Hills right at the end of the race. For me, I think if it's on form, which I believe it will be, then I think it will take some beating. But like I say, it's another race with Thomas Darby in there, Epatante and a few other top quality horses, which we'll get to that in a moment. But yeah, I think if it's on the form that I believe it will, then I think Pentland Hills for me.
Yeah. Okay, Sean, you?
No, I fully agree. I'll go for Pentland Hills. Like I say, we've got, as obviously from my point of view, there are family members that have got great interest in this horse.
Yeah.
Put a few shares in this horse. As Mark said, there will be question marks over getting beat on the line by Benie Andy. Because it just cantered all over the field. Never really looked like the horse was in trouble. Never looked like that there was much wrong. A couple of sketchy jumps, but it seems like such an engine that Nico was able to pull him in and just sitting behind. Again, it's questionable whether it was a jockey.
In a race as big as the Champion
Hurdle,
it's
I think he'll turn up then.
There's mistakes that you can't afford to make.
No, they very much agree on that one. Again, whether it was jockey error, I don't know. He could have probably held on a little bit longer. and then go because he had such a horse under him.
Yeah.
But then again, if he would have gone too soon and blown out and lost by a length, there would have been arguments there. The horse has come out of the race gleaming. There's no issues from what we hear. And what I've got down here, it's a wide open race. Classical Dream, Sad Love, and Epatante. Well, two of those aren't going there.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that is going to make a difference.
Yeah, like done and dusted.
Yeah, it's not done and dusted now, same as Pentlands, because Epatante is a fantastic horse and deserves to go off favourite, in my opinion. But I think Pentland Hills, course form, loves Cheltenham, ground won't be an issue. Need it a bit firmer, possibly.
Yes.
So Pentland Hills.
Well, I'll say I'm going to, like I say, just in the interest of debate, I'm not going to go for Pentland Hills.
No.
Not that I don't think Pentland Hills can win it. My only concern would be how quickly Pentland Hills emptied in the last two races.
Yes.
That's my only concern with the hill, but he's won at Cheltenham before, so...
It's a strange one, isn't it? Because we say how quickly he emptied the playground, flat track, yet going up to Cheltenham Hill, one going away.
Yeah.
It's insane, isn't it, really? It's horses for courses, isn't it?
Yeah, so I'm going for Epatante or Epatante.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's got a great centre foot. It only had a couple of runs in France before it was sort of moved to Nicky's. Now, if you go on a course form, it ran at last year's Cheltenham in a dual mare, and it was actually quite disappointing. It was like 9 of 22. But for whatever reason or whatever, somewhere along the line, the penny has really dropped this year.
Yeah.
And at Newbury at Kempton, it was staying on very strongly. Over that last, and quickening away. A couple of times I've seen the races on ITV where it's run there at Kempton at Newbury, and I can't really look past it. I'm afraid
he's got a hell of an army. That champion. Old Henderson.
Yeah.
If you look at his Pentland Hills, obviously Epatante. In behind that, he's quite sweet on Fusilier Raffles.
Yeah.
You've got Call Me Lord, Paul Run at Sandown, but still we know what the horse is capable of. Already beat Pentland this year.
Yeah.
He's stacking the deck, isn't he? He's doing a Mullins. He's stacking the deck.
Yeah.
And it is a decent try.
Yeah, definitely. Right, well, Jamie's given us a bit of an outsider here, and another big each way. So let's find out who Jamie's gone for.
In the champion hurdle, I think it's a very wide open race this year. Despite Bouffadere being injured and out for the season, you got a few runners that should be in there, but they're not. That's another discussion through the Twitter world and through all these Cheltenham previews, because of Honeysuckle could be going to the Mare's Hurdle, which is, to me, it's a little bit disappointing. But I've been looking through the market, and the one I think is sort of has got the experience, but it's at a big price, and he has run at Cheltenham, and he ran in the Supreme last season, and he finished second, and that horse is Thomas Darby. He wasn't very good. How can I put it? He wasn't very good. Well, not very good, but novicey over fences at Kempton, where he finished third, and rightly so. The trainer reverted him back to hurdles, and to me, he felt, or he sees very, very comfortable jumping over the hurdles. He travelled so well at Ascot, where he won and beat One for Someone by a length. He ran really well on that day with Richard Johnson. Hopefully Richard Johnson will be riding him on that day, and hopefully Thomas Darby will run in the champion hurdle, because it is a big open race. Despite that, I think he's comfortable over hurdles. He's got the experience at Cheltenham, and he can run up that Cheltenham Hill. He will do for me at 20-1 each way.
So Thomas Darby then,
The good horse.
20-1 for Jamie.
Yeah.
Not a bad price as
No,
well.
and
It's not a bad price.
It's
It's
good.
good.
It's a strong field, as we were
Yeah.
saying, with what's going. But Thomas Darby has proved that horse can. Very versatile. Very good horse. Very good style. Again, has he got turn of foot. The others, because the champion hurdle is place.
Yeah, that's the big question,
We'll
isn't
soon
it?
see.
Really? Yeah.
We'll soon see.
Yeah. Okay, right. Well, let's shift on then to the RSA. We'll start with you then, Mark. Go on.
There's question marks over whether it will be entering in this race, but
That's my baby.
I'm going for Faheen, which I'm sure will be very pleased with. It would be a very testing race though with Champ, but it's also potentially entering in the race. And at 12 years old, I believe it's got a new spring of life. It's changed the hurdles, and it was very impressive in its last win at Leopardstown, I believe. It was the last time it won. And we've discussing about Willie Mullins' few horses that have dropped out of the festival. It's down to the bare bones of Grade 1 winning horses that we literally just spoke about. So whether Faheen would go into the RSA or
The Pete Marsh, I
the
think.
Pete Marsh, you believe. Current price 8 to 1. Now, I think for Faheen, I think that's massive. I think that is a brilliant price, and I would bite anybody's hand off to get that price at 8 to 1 for Faheen. Stamina issues, there's no issues for me for Faheen. So I'd love to see what other people's selections are on that one.
Well, you got a fantastic cheer the other day, though, didn't you?
Yeah,
it was amazing.
I've watched that a couple of times. I have to.
I was on the WhatsApp badgering you lot, because that for me was just like, I was there when he's won champion hurdles at Cheltenham, and you see the scenes of when he fell. Like, all right, Apple's Jake was going away that day. That time over the hurdles, and you just think, and there were screams of retiring there, because you don't want to see a great horse ever suffer a fatality. Too many have gone that way when they shouldn't have. But yeah, what can you say?
Okay, go on then, Sean. Move into your choice next.
If I'm honest, this is not a banker, brave word, because it is Cheltenham, but Champ, I think, has been screaming for this trip. Stepping up 3 miles. But if you see what that horse done at Aintree, you know, the elbow when he's at the jolting, he just goes away. Jumping, if I'm honest, is sketchy. Like I say, around the New Year's Day at Cheltenham, if I'm honest, you could tell after the second fence it was a case of when he falls, not if. He was just guessing and guessing. Not, it certainly wasn't Barry's fault. This is a horse that just, he loves the racing, but maybe just needs to be a bit more knowledgeable, I suppose you could say. I don't know if that's the right term for it. I'm sure someone will correct me, but I'm just saying it's very guessy at the fences. Between fences, runs them into submission. In my opinion, whether he's behind, between the fences, he'll end up in front. He'll have a bit of a sketchy jump. He ends up third. But then before the net, he's in front of him. And New Year's Day obviously took a crashing fall at the last.
He needs to be a bit more polished with his jumping.
If he turns round and they've got him jumping better and a little bit more true, because like we've always said before, if you miss a fence on a Wednesday, you tox it up. It's not the end of the world. Because you can make that back because of what you're racing. You do that, Cheltenham, you're losing 3-4 legs against these sort of top quality races.
Well, I remember just name dropping for a second when I actually got to ask Nicky Henderson.
Okay.
You know, thankfully Jamie got us on that stable visit.
And we saw Champion
to 7 Barrows, and we saw Champion and out to your and others, didn't we? But I thought I'm not coming all this way and not asking Nicky Henderson a few questions. And one of the questions I said to Nicky, I said, you know, like, how do you, or when does a horse finally go, I got it? And Nicky Henderson said it's different for every horse. He said they're not the same. You can't say, oh, because this horse is this age, she's going to get it or he's going to get it. He said you just tend to notice through their schooling that the penny's dropping. If you know what I mean. It's not so much like it happens instantly, but he said you just tend to notice that they just start to do the little things that you're expecting them to do, and the little things start adding up to the bigger picture. And maybe that could be a case with Champ. Maybe taking his time to get there.
But like you say, you could see he's got an engine. You can see 3 miles or so.
One of the main things about running at Cheltenham is that there's no room for error.
There isn't.
No,
very
exactly.
This will be no room.
Me being my first time at Cheltenham, I've been to many race courses. Sandown has a steep hill. Now we know what the hill is like at Cheltenham. Obviously, for you guys, you've been there. I'm going to experience it for the first time. If you pick the right time, then the horse is there to win the race. If you pick the wrong time, then it could either go terribly wrong, or it could still fall in your favour. You
all say the same thing as I said on my first visit to Cheltenham, and we walked out the track and I looked down that hill, I literally think I just turned to Sean and just went, wow.
Yeah.
When you realise how steep that hill
I
is.
think you watch the race on the telly and it doesn't give
No,
you
it
the
doesn't,
full
no.
insight of
No.
what the hill is.
No.
And Cheltenham is,
Yeah.
as we know, it's one of the most iconic racetracks
Yeah,
in the country.
exactly, yeah.
So,
I've said it to my sister before on the telly. I said, that hill, I mean, what you think of that now,
Yeah.
like treble that. I went, because until you see it, Jess, and stand there and look down that track, I went, you will not realise just how bloody steep that hill is.
yeah.
And to, for anyone to get over it, let alone a horse carrying someone as well.
That's why why champs jumping will need to just sharpen up.
They'll have to be spot on.
Because if he has a pull around the jumping, like he proved at Cheltenham, once you hit that hill, you get leggy. That last jump can be do or die.
Okay, well let's pick up the pace a little bit. I'm going to go for Battle Over Dieux, 8-1. Another impressive one. They all bloody impressive, aren't they? 6 from 7. I think it's beyond champ. I think it's quite open.
Yes, absolutely.
So yeah, I mean that would be my choice. He fell last time out, where for him won at Leopardstown. But I think that might just been maybe, like I say, just a bad mistake. I don't think he's a bad jumper in any way.
No, he really jumped solidly the whole way around. The race was lost for him coming up to the last, because you could see the Mullins battalion that was charging up.
Yeah.
But his jumping, he wasn't putting a foot wrong. He may have got leggy. I don't know in that one, but can't fault him. But prior to that,
I suppose, as I say on my notes here, when he did pull up in the Ballymore. And again, we've always touched upon it. I know a lot of people out there are very much horses for courses. So that's always a slight worry, I think, when looking at Cheltenham runners. You think, well, how they haven't performed there before. But again, with schooling and time, you never know. Sometimes it's just sometimes it's just an attitude on the day thing or whatever. So they can bounce back. I'm sure they have over the years. Without going into the history books, I'm sure if you look back, you find many have. So. Anyway, so let's find out what Jamie's gone for then.
In the RSA chase, and I've been looking at the markets and the field, and my selection is Pim, trained by Nicky Henderson. Currently it's 14-1, no runner, no bet. I think going over fences has made a making of him. I think a lot of confidence is jumping over fences as well, especially the 3 runs he's had. His first run was at Huntington, and he was behind Adam King's horse, 2.5 lengths behind. And then after that, his 2 runs really improved. Obviously, both of them won. Did very well winning at Ascot. But obviously at Cheltenham, he did very well of a depleted field. I think it was about 3 or 4 runners, and he done that well, jumping over fences at Cheltenham and winning by 8 lengths against Imperial Aurora. He will do for me for the RSA. I'll put him as an each way bet, hoping he'll be a little bit shorter, but hopefully I would say about 10-1, but he will do for me. Pim for the RSA chase.
So Jamie's gone for Pim then, another sort of bigger price one.
Another big each way shout that he
that's a horse that I've backed before and had a winner on, and also been a bit disappointed on. So I'm not quite sure I feel on that one.
Yeah, I'm sceptical on Pim, if I'm honest.
Yeah, but I say each their own, isn't it?
So, still a good option.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, cool. All right, well, we're almost at the end there, so we'll move on to the final part for part 1 then, the Queen Mother. Obviously, we all know what Artil's done in this race. Also won by Sprinter Sacra twice. Yes. Special Tiara, Side of Bruges, Moscow Flyer won it a couple of times. So, I don't really need to say too much, but I'll start us off. I've stuck with Artil. I wasn't one that was against the step up in trip, personally. No. I do believe if you're going to be considered the very best, you need to sort of challenge yourself on every level. My sister would say I hated surname. I didn't hate surname, I just wanted to see how he'll beat surname. Yeah. Which a lot of people probably did. Obviously didn't. I think the simple question really I'm asking myself is, can he bounce back? I think he can.
Oh, 100%.
So, as I say, as we've touched upon in general discussions, maybe he is just the best 2-miler we're ever likely to see.
Yeah.
And maybe we just have to admit that fact. I like to think we're wrong, but do you know what I mean? But for me, I think he'll come back good. I think personally. So, go on, Mark, because I know you're in the same camp. So you elaborate.
I mean, for me, it's Altior all day long. What was just reiterating, he's the king of 2 miles. It will face probably its biggest test, I believe, bigger than its race against Surname at Ascot with the Dieux, I believe it's so pronounced. I'm really terrible with his pronunciations. Question marks over his return today at Newbury. Obviously, Nicky Henderson releasing a statement saying he was galloping really, really well. But we all know that galloping in the yard on your own is completely different to when you're out on the racetrack in front of people. The whole world's watching, and this is what basically everybody's waiting for, is to see how Altior will perform. That
hence the front cover Racing Post.
And I believe that Altior, who running at Ascot up to 2.5 miles for the first time, I think a lot of people wanted Altior, but I think a lot of people knew that might have been a bit of a stern test. I believe he'll come back, and I believe Nicky Henderson will give him another crack at 2.5 miles. If he comes over in this race today and then goes on to Cheltenham, which I believe he will, then I think Nicky Henderson will have a big question to ask as to whether he will up him again to 2.5. I'd love to know what your views are, but I think it's
contentious point.
It's Altior, it's the colours. That's why I'm so passionate about this game, because of horses like Altior. And I'd love to know what other people's views are, including yours, Sean.
Go
on then.
Well, I'm going to go for the Pocket Rocket. Defy. You know my thoughts on Defy this year. I'm a massive fan, was last year. Kept getting into Ding Dongs we lost in translation, who I'm a massive fan of as well. Like we're saying, with the whole Altior point, yes, Henderson has come out and Altior is scoring better than anything. On his day, it's easy to say when he's jumping a fence on his own. I'm not arguing that Altior is one of the greatest horses, especially of our generation, that was his week. I've never argued that. I've had the pleasure of watching the horse many times live, and it is a spectacle. Dropping back again, he has always seemed to have to work very hard at Cheltenham. Okay. Coming over the last year with Politolog and So Royale, both put in better jumps. So Royale jumped in front of Altior, to the point where Altior then had to battle back. Defy comes from behind in those sort of situations, and has, as we've already proven against Lost in Translation, can handle the hill. This year, put the veteran of Henderson to the sword twice, in fantastic fashion the second time around, and has a turn of foot which, if Altior hasn't come back strong and still hasn't not mastered the hill, because obviously he's unbeaten Altior at Cheltenham, I'm not arguing that, but this time around against a horse that actually thrives on that hill, like Defy, if Defy puts in a solid jump and he's anywhere near Altior near the end, we've got ourselves a race. And I think Altior might struggle if he's not come back.
Because last year Altior had to work and battle.
It's So Royale outjumped him over the last. I believe it was
I think it's just question marks over its return today. Is it a pointless race?
No, he needs a race.
It needs to run, and what you said about Defy's last victory against Henderson, it's jumping time to perfection. And I think that around Cheltenham, that's what you need.
The horse seems to be loving the game coming up to the last two fences, I find, with Defy. And that last jump, it was Ascot, wasn't it? That last jump at Ascot, he'd already had the race won. That last jump, it gave him an extra 4 or 5 lengths winning. He does that at Cheltenham, Altior's not catching him. I'm not arguing the greatness of Altior. I would not be sad if he won at Cheltenham.
I think what you're alluding to is, if Altior runs a race or finishes a race like he has done the last couple of times,
he won't.
Against a horse like Defy, he's not getting away with it.
No.
He's making what you're saying.
He's got out of jail with horses that were running really well. Just the last furlong, half a furlong, got legged. definitely doesn't get the
Doesn't do
leg.
that, yeah.
Actually finds more.
Yeah.
So I say that this could be, like Mark alluded to, his greatest challenge.
Yeah.
But others in it as well, Shishkin as well.
Yeah.
Looking into the sort last week.
Yeah.
Can't count Mullins out.
No.
Ever.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's find out who's Jamie selected then.
In the Queen's Mother Chase, now this is the biggest race I think for Cheltenham, and it's the Blue Ribbon event. And obviously, Altior is coming back, dropping down in trip, running in 2 miles, and you've got other good horses. A plus Turd if he'd be running now, but my selection, and I could be eating my words or eating the hat, because I've got a funny feeling he could win it, but he's going to be close. And my selection will be Dieux. He's been improving in the last 3 races so well. He jumps his fences so well. He's got a turn of foot. He can run on good to soft, and also he has run on decent ground, which is good ground, and hopefully there'll be good ground at Cheltenham. But also he's comfortable. He's won twice on good ground as well in 2017, one at Aintree and one at Cheltenham itself. He's got the experience. He's won there before, and also he will do well running up that hill. But for me, it's going to be between Altior and Dieux, and it's going to be really tight in that finish, I think, and it's going to be an exciting one. And I do believe the changing of the guard will have to come, and I hope I might be wrong, but Dieux for me. But if Altior wins that, that's perfectly fine. But my selection is Dieux.
So Jamie does agree with you, Sean?
Not many people do.
Dieux.
No.
Not many people.
So I'm happy with that.
Right, so that's part 1 then, lads.
Indeed.
Again, loads of other races really,
Of course it is.
but we just can't cover all of them.
No.
As we said at the top of the show, odds taken as of today, a couple of weeks before the festival, well, even more than that, but so prices will change, entries may change, so don't beat us up too much, because
Well, there'll be people out there. That we've done this before.
Yeah.
Like Jacob Trotter, who
Yeah.
started when he was
Yeah.
commenting on our videos.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
he was started his
Yeah.
tweet, and he's done amazing since.
Yeah,
Let us know.
yeah,
Yeah.
This is what it's about. Cheltenham, we all love it. There's all
Yeah.
hidden gems in there.
yeah,
People from Ireland and wherever.
Yeah.
We'll always have one.
yeah, exactly.
You
Yeah,
talk
so,
about it. Put your knowledge to the test. If
Yeah.
you're that big, then
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Put it
If
to us.
you've got, if you've got a fancy or like whatever, if you think we've missed something that's obvious, or we've missed an absolute belter somewhere, in in the rough light, let us know. So, did you want to touch upon any racing today, boys?
Yeah, Native River might work.
Yeah,
as well.
That's
That's
a big
another
one.
one.
The deadline
Again,
race today.
Again, Native going off pretty short.
Yeah,
3-1 on something like that. But again, you know what I'm like with that horse. It's
Yeah.
another one that Gulf Cup winner of the past. Is John Joe on there?
I'm
Is John
not
Joe on
sure.
there
To be
today?
honest. I haven't had a chance to speak.
Still a fantastic horse.
Yeah.
Again, it's a bit of a not subdued weekend, but it will be consumed with the likes of
Yeah.
Altior and Native River. So
As a Mike Bike fan, I'd like to see him go well.
yeah, we're at 9-1. I
yeah.
bet you would.
Yeah.
So
It's
it's
a
a
massive
massive
price.
price today.
Massive
Yeah,
price.
yeah. Well,
It feels like that's a fall from grace. Doesn't
yeah,
it?
it does. It does. Unfortunately, some of you will know, I've been into the sport for a couple of years now, maybe 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And Mike Bike was one of the sort of big names when I kind of got into the sport, and sort of really it's been a bit downhill since then,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So, but yeah, it took my heart for a while, and I've got one of Caroline's wonderful paintings of Mike Bike, so just out of sort of sentiment sake, I'd like to see it go well. So.
No, definitely.
So right, so as I say, that's that part done. Sean's still a minute ago, get in contact and give us some thoughts and let us know what you think. We're grown men, we can take it.
Yeah.
And thanks for Jamie for his
Yes,
input.
indeed.
And we'll see you again for part 2 very soon.
Yeah.